uh, mm, it's happening, and I have to do some running around very early this morning. Um, so came back in, and then I had to set up. Uh, it's a bit late, but I'm sorry. I apologize. That's still not an excuse. Yes, but I have to, do that run. And for those of you that have been sending me message on WhatsApp, is there no show today? I hope you do understand and forgive me, but we have to do what we have to do. We have to run the show from the All African Games. And remember that events are going on in different places. There are some other Nigerian content creator or journalist that came in here that was dealing with something that I had to go help fix. Okay. So that's why I was unable to start the show on time. Having said that, thank you very much for your patience with me. Thank you for the support that you've been giving to the channel. Thank you for your love, because it is that love and support and encouragement that has kept us going. You guys know the struggle, you guys know the story, and like I always say, we do this for so many reasons. But chiefest of them is to give the young person out there, to give the person who's a content creator out there reason to believe that they can, make it happen. They can grow in this space, and there is something in it for them. There is an opportunity in it for them, and then they can grow. And when we came to Ghana, like I've explained to different people who's called me to talk to me, when we came to Ghana, one is to grow the channel, two again is to re-groom a different set of people. It's a fact that majority of the people we with on Eleguta TV have grown on to all the things. Alison, for instance, some have gone into marriage and motherhood. Annie is now married with kids. Precious is married with a son, and some others have gone to their different way. Kimberly is now with Pulse TV. The TSL group, which is also responsible for the Happy Corner Sporting Lagos, have also branched off. So we have a branch, but we are running our own thing. So I thought that we needed another crew for just football, and so and then basketball. So that's the reason why we have. Subsequently on the channel, you will see her. That's the reason why we have Teresa, who is, I'm sure most of you know her already, who is a basketball expert, and then we have. Jamila Adelashe, who is a photographer, joining Kalija, who's a producer. And then we have this young, vibrant lady who is very, very good with football and reporting as well. She works in Abeokuta with the radio station, but I just want her to be part of my team and contribute in a growth process as best as I can. It's not easy, but those are the reasons why I came here. At the end of the day, it might not necessarily be for the channel. Yes, the channel will benefit of the work that they will put in, but I'm just, laying the cards on the table. Is to groom, have the opportunity. I don't have the regular everyday opportunity to train people anymore, but when the moment comes like this, use your platform to grant, give people exposure, give them support, put them in on a higher pedestal. It could also improve their market value. It could also improve their chances of being able to go to other tournament, because once it's on your CV, it's on your CV. Nobody can remove it. So those are some of the things. But I want to say massive thank you to those of who call in. How can I support? What can I give you guys? We know that Ghana is expensive. Some of you kind of like know Ghana way, way, way better than us even. But thank you very much for all of the support, all of the push and kindness that you guys have shown to us, because it's overwhelming. To be very, very honest, yeah, nobody sent us. So to not have anybody, to have people calling in, let me support you in my little way, let me support you in my little way, it's kind of like heart touching. Take for instance, 50,000 naira in Nigeria is like 300 Ghana cities. Okay, so and so it doesn't translate to 50,000 naira here, because what it means is you could take a cab from here to say we're going to the Accra Sports Stadium, and 100 Ghana cities is gone. You're coming back again, another 100 Ghana cities is gone. Before you know, if you do not eat from your house and then you try to eat there, 50,000 is just gone. So it's crazy out here, but I'm sure we made up our mind that we'll stay to the end of the event. We definitely would. We would give it our all, our best push, and see overall medal table has now looked different. It's looking way different from what it was yesterday. As I yesterday was 7 gold, and we were struggling. Plenty of shout out to the women, because now Egypt's still top. Egypt made a clean sweep of the men's wrestling, as they made a mincemeat of all comers: Congo, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, every other person, Algeria that came in. Egypt was just flooring everybody. So they have 47 gold, 19 silver, 18 bronze medal, 84 medals in total. But then Nigeria has now come back to a place of respect. Ghana still have one. I don't know why I'm mentioning Ghana. Ghana still have 1 gold, 3 silver, 0 bronze medal. They are still in four. But Nigeria have, really hit the heights. In gold now, we've gone to 16, and silver medal were 10, bronze medal were 15, a total of 41 medal. That's not even half of what Egypt have garnered. As a matter of fact, Egypt's gold alone dwarf all our medal put together. But hey, we're making progress. Before you say we're making good progress, and Algeria is up on our neck just the same way South Africa is up on our neck. But kudos to the women, and that brings me to the major talking point today. Yeah, when the Super Eagles went to the All African Games in Cote d'Ivoire and came second, the president rolled out the red carpet, opened the state house, organized a state banquet for them, give them national award, give them money, tree reward, celebrated them to punch pageantry, give them everything like they won gold or probably won the Diamond League. Yeah. Now, as we always say, they say, I mean, in English, they say what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Me, I say what is good for Ethiopia and Kenya is also good for Uganda. So let us use that matrix and measurement to judge. The African Cup of Nations is just as big as the All African Games. They are African competition. Whatever you look at it, it's an African competition, and it's open to 54 countries in Africa, but then only 24 will participate because that's what is allowed to qualify. Now look at this matrix a bit. But for the All African Games, there are 54 African countries. There are 29 sports, meaning that your opportunity to win is less, very, very, very less. Okay, so if you do not put in everything, you would win. The people competing against you are way more than those competing against you in football. So to come out winners in any category or in any discipline, you must come in with your best, because it's not just, let's avoid this one, let's do this one. No, you're competing against everybody, the best of the best coming from every part of the world, and you have to come here with your A game. If you're not, you'll just be looking at the medals, it will slipping away, you will cry, you feel frustrated, but you've lost it because somebody else is rejoicing. It's Machiavellian principle. You take one kingdom to fall for another to rise. So my question is to Mr. President. It's a loving, caring president. So let's see. What would you suggest that the president do for all the winners? Right now, currently, we have 41 medals in total. And if we could celebrate silver the way we did with the AFCON, then it means that gold it should call live band, them Sonny Ade, them Burna Boy, Davido, to line up the street from the airport and be singing and dancing as they are, the live band should just be lined up on the street up until Aso Rock. I mean, this is just my suggestion. I might be overdoing it, overthinking it, but I would trust your judgment. I would trust you people to have a say so on what you think should be done and how today. Every other person is disappearing. Please, as you're watching, please like the live feed, like the live stream as well. But whatever your thought is, there is no wrong talk in this one. Just don't insult anybody. Put in your comment there. When I come back, I would be here to share your comment and read it out for those who would watch it later and say. Well, Manchester United players have called Rasmus Højlund out and told him that he should stop granting interviews to YouTubers, especially YouTubers that is always insulting them and calling them names, giving them negative comments on their channel. So, he granted an interview, and that's causing a backlash. Again, footballers are beginning. You see that thing that I say, footballers are very petty. When I say it, and it's a global thing. Okay, so because you guys are not playing well, a YouTuber calling you guys out, it's not like, oh, you should blacklist him. But when they do that to footballers, people will call it cyberbullying, this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. You are blacklisting a YouTuber now, it's okay. But when the YouTuber come back against you guys now, there's a cyberbullying. This person is using this platform to cheer people. Footballers are very, very mean. I keep saying it, and it's not just about Nigerian footballers; it's just all over the place anyway. Max Verstappen's mentor Almut Marko reveals he was already considering quitting Red Bull before Christian Horner's sex text scandal deepened schemism in Formula One team as he escaped suspension over alleged leaks. Okay, Alexis McAllister insists Jeremy Doku's controversial late challenge was a clear penalty and claims referee Michael Oliver made a mistake as Liverpool hold Man City 1-1, hold Man City to a 1-1 draw at the Etihad Stadium. Well, some experts who claim to know, they claim to tell me that they're on Twitter telling me that that ball is not a penalty. Anyhow, you look at it, oh, and I keep asking the question for those of you who we can bring back the conversation anyway. For those of you who saw that game, what is your take? Because the one question, those of you who belong to the group of people who say, oh, I've seen the replay, it's not a penalty. Let me ask you this question. That same incident, that same action in the center of the field, is it a foul or not a foul? If it's a foul, why would you not be convinced that it's not a penalty? Now, for those of you who are, oh, it did not go with the intent. First off, once your leg have gone higher than the waist level, up to the chest level, it is considered dangerous play and a foul. That ball, that leg was in the armpit level, chest level. That is a foul. Whether you make contact or not, it is a foul. But hey, people have different opinion. I would also like to hear your opinion on that, even though the very, very crux of our conversation today is on how to reward the athletes that are here. Now, let me tell you something. I've not covered all African Games before. I volunteered in 2003 for the Koja All African Games. As a volunteer, you see the games differently, okay? Because sometimes as a volunteer, you might be asked to go and be cleaning toilets. That you volunteered. So whatever they tell you to go, that's where you go to. And you might clean toilet today, tomorrow, then you take care of transportation, next tomorrow, take care of car park. You're not even seeing the game. Now, in this, as a reporter, I'm seeing the game, and it's kind of like different, because covered football. I mean, all my life I've covered football, whether FA Cup, whether league, whether go to the World Cup as a commentator or African Cup of Nation as a reporter, and then as a film producer. I've not covered all African games before, so I'm a novice. When they say novice, let me give you a very good example. So yesterday, we said let's go first watch the weightlifting, capture clips from the weightlifting. So we went to the men's weightlifting, and the places, the centers are scattered around town, and it cost a whole lot to go to different places. Then we went there. Then when we finished, we had to leave the university facility and we went to a place called Botimer. We went to Botimer. For that first, the driver that carried us did not even know where we're going. So we took us into an estate. We're driving round and round and round and round and round and round until we came out, and then we eventually got there. So we got there. We're hopeful because yesterday our ladies won six. Day before yesterday, sorry, our ladies won six, a clean sweep, 6 gold medal in wrestling. Now we're thinking, okay, our men would do just likewise. But again, we're wrong, because we still need to come back to the weightlifting to see our women lift medals. But unfortunately, all our men did not win the gold as expected. So it was a sad taste for us. By the time we finished, we had run out of cash. We had no money anymore. There was no money anywhere. Okay. So the little money we had, we're no longer like buoyant. We're no longer Abramovich. We're not like Arsene Wenger, Arsenal. We're not calculating. Let's just pretend like we want to sign Suarez, but we'll go and sign Yaya Sano, But that was, we're not calculating. We're not doing like Sabinos. We're not, as me, I'm now. We are calculating, and so we decided, okay, let's play the team into two because we always move together. Let's play the team into two. Kalajaye and Teresa will go to the weightlifting for women because there is an opportunity for us to pick them, capture them, picking gold, and then. And then in between, myself, Jamia Dilashe, the photographer, and our football reporter, who also doubles as the person who's doing the social media, who's handling our social media, all our social media, and TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter for at Elegbete TV Radio. But then we now realize that that's not going to happen. So, I mean, leader of delegation, you have to be proactive. And I went say so there were vehicles, but we've not used them. There's vehicles, we've not used them. So and I rushed to the place where there's vehicle, and I spoke to them. They said, okay, there's bus that will take us out, but not take us to Accra Sports Center, which is another long distance again. So we had to go to the games village, where's the central parking place for the buses, the cars, and everything. So we got there. Now when we got there, this now was for us to prepare and wait for another vehicle that will take us immediately to the Accra Sports Stadium. But hey, if you know Ghana very well, Ghanaians are never in a hurry. They take their time in doing everything. They are magisterial, they are majestic, and all that. I'm going to tell you some very beautiful things about the Ghana people anyway. So they were not in a hurry, and it's for me. I mean, I'm in Nigeria. I'm coming from Lagos. The Flying Eagles are playing, so everything is a race against time. It's already like 7:30. The match is going to start by 8 o'clock. It will take another 30, 35 to 40 minutes to get there, but we're fine. So we registered for a vehicle to take us. We started waiting and waiting and waiting. Then the long bus was the one that was available. The coach was the one that was available. We were only seven Nigerians, were five on my team and two other guys that wanted to go there. So the driver had been driving all day and he's tired. So he was doing everything to say he would not drive. But he didn't want to say it to police. I went up to the guys and I said, listen, guy, this guy doesn't want to go. Even the escort, the dispatch rider, the bike rider, the police guy also did not want to go. So they're looking for reasons not to go. They were just picking their chewy and just saying there's no need to go, blah, blah, blah. Only five people, there's not enough, blah, blah, blah. No wasting of fuel. They were saying it from the economic side of things, but really what they were doing was, oh, they're tired, they want to rest. So I wanted the guys to say, listen, okay, so I don't even want to go to the match again because this time now we've spent almost 2 hours, 1 hour plus waiting for get a vehicle. So just put us on the vehicle. Let's go to our East Legon apartment, our apartment in Ajering Ghana, so that we go and rest, and then tomorrow we would strategize. We'll try and get money because we've run out of fund now. We'll try and get money and then see what we'll do. That's for me was the plan. Again, that took another 30 to 40 minutes while we're following the game because the game is being streamed on Facebook and on YouTube. So we're following the game, we're seeing our chances being missed. And then the opposition also, South Sudan, also getting chances against Nigeria. Nigeria was not playing well. Anyway, we eventually got the penalty and won. But earlier on, Uganda had beaten Senegal 1 goal to nothing. So Senegal have one win, Nigeria have one win. Uganda have already qualified with their two wins. They win the 2-1 win against Nigeria and the 1-0 win against Senegal. So it was that was just the situation that we find ourselves. And so when we got home, we had to eat late. I normally don't like eating late, but forget African games. Go remove all those your comfort zone mentality, all those your schedule. Anything after 7 o'clock is not good. It was good though because I was hungry. I ate very late, which I don't like, but Mrs. Daffy would understand when the time comes, and we will discuss that one when I come back. We would find a way to detox and fix the growing stomach now because now I be like my stomach they grow big, and because I eat late, my stomach will start making noise in the night that I did not like, noises that I don't like, but we will fix that as we go. So that's the situation. But then because of that, we missed out on going to the women's weightlifting at GCB Hall in the university, and so but from the report that we got, there's a lot of medals. We went from 7 to 16, which is good in gold, and seven from 10 silver and 15 bronze medals. So we're 41 medal in total, which is for me very very fantastic. And as we look at all of that, I just feel very comfortable that now we're second overall med table. Before, Egypt is still number one and Nigeria is second. Now we're second, but we're within the space. As I'm talking to you now, some people might be winning medals somewhere, and we'll go from second, and we could drop to fourth again. Definitely we have four teams that are really the strong ones here. It doesn't look like Egypt will drop. It looks like Egypt will be the overall winner of this tournament unless something happens. We lost that, one of the things in competition like this is when you have to battle your direct rival, make sure you don't lose to them. We lost that in the men's wrestling. This is very, very disappointing. Seems like our guys were, the Egyptians seem to know all the weak point of our every athlete that we bring in, every wrestler that we bring in. They know how to counter them. They know the one that is short, they know how to deal with them. The one that is tall, the same thing they used to, like, they just know everything to do. It seems like they have a spy in our side and know everything about our wrestlers and all that. So it was easy for them to counter us and deal with us. But hey, these things happen. It is easy to analyze it on the side, though, and have opinion and say the things I was saying. But between me and you, it's not as easy as that. Those wrestlers, they put in everything that they want, that they've got, and it just didn't go their way. But again, the question still stands, and I need your answers, your opinion on it. Saying that the Super Eagles were rewarded for coming second at the AFCON and giving national honor, state banquet, treated to some beautiful cash reward that they did not make public to us. Please, what do you think that the winners of medals, these 13th All African Games in Ghana, should be rewarded? How should they be rewarded? What should be done? Should we come out, and should the president just come out and say, listen, for now, we're going to categorize it. If you win gold, silver, or bronze at age grade level, this is what will be given to you. We'll sign it into law. If you win at senior level in Africa, so it's African competition, the All African Games, the African Cup of Nations, but senior level, yeah, if you win, this is what you will get. Then at what level? So let's say, for instance, Toby Amuson go to the Diamond League, goes to the Olympics, go to the World Athletics Meet, and she wins gold. She comes first. This is automatically what the government owe her, what will be given to her straight up. And the men's team goes to play at the World Cup and wins a tournament. This is what they will get. They go to the Olympics. That's also age grade. This is what you get if you win gold, silver, bronze. All of those things. We should clearly state it at, so that we're not going to come and keep having this kind of conversation and say, oh, what should be done, what shouldn't be done, what should be done, what shouldn't be. We just know that once you win it, that automatically activate. There is a ministry somewhere, there is a department somewhere that's responsible for tabulating it and keeping records. And then once that happen, okay, this is what goes to you. If it's a plot of land or a house, somebody is already responsible for making sure their location papers and everything is ready. And there are a lot of places in Nigeria that needs development that federal government have a hand on. You can just start using all these athletes rewards to develop those places, do good road for them, put lights because of the athletes that you're rewarding. If athletes say, oh, I don't want Abuja, I want in my state, government should be able to make provision for them and then, put road to the place. This is just my thoughts anyway. It's part of how, people get motivated and know that I, I don't even have to go to abroad. I can be playing, doing what my sports locally here. If I win, if I put in everything that I can and I win, if I win gold, for instance, at junior level, maybe I get XYZ amount of money. If I take it up again, like Osimhen are winning under 17 gold, I'll get this one for my country. And then if I take it up again and I go to the senior level and I win the AFCON, this is what I get. I win World Cup, this is what I get. If I'm picked in the Olympic team as one of the overage players and I win the gold again, this is what I get. All of those rewards systematically make you realize that, well, as much as going abroad is good, my country can also take care of me. It also will grow the sense of patriotism, the passion for country, the love for country will grow higher. Even those that are born in the abroad who play for clubs that will never win anything. I mean, if you play for Fulham, what do I want win? Playing for some club in Estonia or Slovakia or Nottingham Forest, which one I want really win? Okay, so the reward, yes, that gives you salary, but the reward that comes with representing your country becomes a clear-cut one, And so when you're doing athletics, you don't feel like, oh, now football that they take care of. Oh, if now we not, nobody will say us we're our fans, because that's what I've been hearing. So let me also tell you something that is very very distinctly beautiful about this All African Games. So the Ghana volunteers are some of the best that I have seen. The Cameroonian volunteers in 2021 were a bit rude, recalcitrant to say the least. But this ones, the Ghanaian volunteers, they might not be in a hurry, but they're always smiling. They remind me of Brazil 2014. Volunteers in Brazil were heavily trained. Okay. And these ones are also just about the same. They're nice, they're cultures. I mean, they could be very loud, when they are talking on their own, when they speak their language with the passion, their language comes with passion. But when it comes to doing their job, they are very professional, very nice, very cultured. I've not heard anybody say, chairman, give your boy small thing now, help your boy now. Nothing like that. If not Nigeria, open door for you, they go beg you something. Not that Nigeria bouncers and then they beg pass. You don't go any event for a coach. Bouncers go beg you to the point where we say they'll call they won't get you, even though say you get pass, you get ticket, you buy ticket to. If you not answer them, like you pass them twice, you not answer them, they'll call they won't get you, they'll call they won't like harass you. That doesn't happen here. Everybody is nice. The driver that had to pick us yesterday and bring us the first time we're driving, taking the free ride, it was very nice, very courteous, very polite, nice to us. He wants to press his phone. He had to take permission. I was like, with AC blowing, brand new car, everything was just nice. So I mean, there's a whole lot to learn from what we saw from the Ghanaian team. So let's talk about Europe. Let's go to Europe. Yesterday we saw Chelsea play against Newcastle. Those two teams played yesterday have the Indian sign on them from me. It's Mauricio Pochettino. Remember when the season started when I said that anybody who is banking on Mauricio Pochettino to do any magic with Chelsea is banking on rubbish. Well, the game ended 3-2. The good thing is that they won the game. Chelsea won the game. So they've gone, I think they've won they're in the league now. They've won their last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong, but they're still in 11th. Okay, no, they've not. The league they've won their last 5 games. They've won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1. And Newcastle is now in 10th position. They are building the 10th, helping Chelsea to build the 10th. So it's looking carefully like at this rate, we can simply say Chelsea have a game in hand anyway, but we can simply say Chelsea might not make it to Europe next season. So all of this big investment, all of this high spending might just be there. Well, this weekend, the Premier League table look like power must change hand again, because looking at the way Newcastle, Man City have played, Man City is not a team that likes to lose a lot of games. Arsenal have lost more games than any other team. It's looking, you say if you lose 5 games in the Premier League, you will not be able to win the Premier League. Arsenal, have one more defeat to make it 5. They've not lost in a while, but they are one more defeat away from making it 5. They've drawn 4, they've lost 4. For Liverpool, they've drawn 7, and it is that draw that is keeping them in second. They've lost only twice this season. Manchester City have drawn 6, lost 3. But Arsenal have scored 70 goals this season and conceded 24. So they have the best attack. A team without a striker have the best attack and also have the meanest defense. That's very, very interesting. But that's not where I'm going to. I'm just beating around the bush and perambulating. So you look at these two teams, Chelsea and Newcastle, that played yesterday. And you remember when this is that I said Pochettino will not give you anything. You forget all this one that they are complaining about the players that they signed. I will tell you for free. These same players that are playing for Chelsea now, put them in the Newcastle, in the Aston Villa team, Unai Emery will do better with them. That's just what I think. You might not agree with me, but all of these players, carry them and put them in Aston Villa, and take all of the Aston Villa players and put it in Chelsea. You will be so shocked that those players from Aston Villa will not be in the top 4. They will be in the bottom half of the season of the league table, because Mauricio Pochettino is their manager. Yeah, in Italy, Udinese, even with a man down, were able to beat Lazio away from home by 2-1. Almeria and Sevilla drew 2-2. Yes, in the under 20, I mean, I already told you those results. Uganda beat Senegal 1-0 and Nigeria beat South Sudan 1-0. Well, that's how it was. Nigerian women were not joking. Beat Senegal 4-0. No, we're not mates. It's not. This is not Ladaboso boys. We Ladaboso no coach well. These guys, they take nonsense to anybody. So what do you think of Chelsea? Let's be very, very honest. If you are in the position of the management, would you say, you know what? No matter what happens, this coach is not going to do it. So the season comes to an end. Are you going to fire him and bring in, say, like a Zidane, or bring in another coach? Or you're going to say, you know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Start the season again. Now remember, you start the season with him again. There's a likelihood that Chelsea might also struggle again. Before you know it, it is too late. They are not in the races again. And then you now have to go getting a new coach in the middle of the season that now comes and say, oh, I'm rebuilding. I didn't sign these players. I want to sign my own player. Or end the season. As soon as the season ends, you tell him, hasta la vista. Thank you very much for your time, but no cigar. Bye-bye. And then you bring in a new coach that will plan the preseason, work with the players, get them in tune. Because I do not want to believe that every player in Chelsea is bad. They still need maybe 2 or 3 signings, but I don't want to believe that all the players are bad. I just think that there's a coach that will come in and fine tune them and put them again in competitive mood. Chelsea will not win the title yet, but going down to 10th, 11 and being a team that doesn't even have hope right now because Chelsea are closer to relegation than they are to the top teams actually. So what would you do with that one? Having said that, it's 30 minutes on the clock for me, so I'm going to come to you guys and look at all of the messages that you guys are putting here. Tosi is our our man for the day. Totally Mari started with good to have you back this morning. National honor is no more the honorable. Nigeria second on the all African games is impressive. And then he said Egypt has always been impressive, even at the Olympics. And then he said Super Eagles came second at AFCON though. And that's why I said now, did I it be like say now only me waka come today. I surprised now. Demola Abiodi Ibrahim say Mr. President should invite them and give the MON as well. They've really make us proud. Tosilima say I feel there should be standard reward for people representing the country. If national honor is part of the reward, then it should be for all. Then Tosilima say the way Super Eagles are always treated is different from the way Falcons are treated. I remember when open roof 911 truck was used to take under 20 female national team from airport years ago. Let's not even go into that one at this point in time. And then Demola Abiodun Ibrahim said that's a penalty any day, anytime. I feel they just want that Pep versus Club last dance in the EPL should end in a draw. Lord Mayor say latecomer like me, boss, greetings. Okay, Lord Mayor say, boss, how is Nigerian football team performance going? Well, they're not performing too well. I didn't watch yesterday's game, but fully, but I was seeing bits and pieces on it online, and I was watching as we're hustling for vehicle, trying to get back to our apartment. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, there's nothing anybody can do. Let me say, boss, I had Clement Topping is trusted elder brother, and he will officiate Arsenal versus Porto. How true is this? I don't know, but I'll check. I don't know that. I don't know, but we'll see. Lord Mayor, that Lazio na Mumu team Sha. I where's that thing? I shall see Napoli making Europe. Making Europe. When you say making Europe, are you talking Champions League or you're talking Europa? Demola Abiodi. Oh, jeez. Okpako, thank you very much. I can see that now. Demola Abiodi Ibrahim say, I think Chelsea should leave him till the end of the season and get a new coach who is better, not just anyhow coach. Okay. Olatunji Emmanuel say, what do you think of Jose considering he left Roma and they seem to be a completely different team since he left Chelsea? It just seems like his dominance has cooled a bit. What do you think of him? And the come, I go answer that one. Demola Abiodi Brian say, thank you, Oganavo. Yemi Dana might say, as an Arsenal fan, I don't want make them Sakamo. Oh God. It hit differently, Sha, when I read that, like, from my sister saying as an Arsenal fan. I understand where she's coming from. The torture that Arsenal Chelsea have given to Arsenal. You just want to say Arsenal, Chelsea suffering. Even in our suffering, we're not this bad anyway. We're not in the days of our suffering when Vega became specialist of failure. We were not this bad. Emmanuel says, okay, so Emmanuel, Emmanuel said, thank you, Okpako, for the contribution. God bless you. Thank you very much for helping me to thank Okpako. However, do you see Jose Mourinho come back at Chelsea? I think so. Oluwatosin, let's like the broadcast. Okay, let's come to the question that, and you're not the first person that's asking me. Somebody sent me a message the other day. I was chronicling some things and saying, oh, the old Jose Mourinho will do this, the old Jose Mourinho will do this. I think that with Jose Mourinho and with high profile coaches, and when I see this type of comment or talk like this, I learn. What it tells me is people would want to see you succeed until you fail. No, that's not the right word. People would pretend like they want to see you succeed until you actually become successful. They start wanting to see you fail. They start doing everything to write you off. They start speaking bad about you. AS Roma had not won anything. When they say win anything, they not won anything in forever. We don't know AS Roma to be a team that wins title. Jose Mourinho showed up with some Lilliputian team players, some O-level rejectees from different clubs. The club didn't have money, so they needed somebody who can work with the slimmest of budget. And he did work with the shoeless budget, qualify them for the conference league, and then they went on to win it. Not only that, took them to Europa Cup finals, if I'm not mistaken, and they lost in very, very circumstances. Like you look at it like the suspicious circumstances that led to that the officiating was not good. And then they came back. Obviously, they'll be tired. Now, being a football player, unless you have a group of players that are highly ambitious and see themselves as wanting to win, sometimes your push, and it's not just even in football, in the workplace. I've worked with people who I am pushing them to be better, and they are turning tools on me. Like, I want you to be better. Let me give you guys a very good example, and it will make you guys laugh now. Alison. So Alison was not like, oh, this one was already cut out for. She was doing a youth service, and she was like a receptionist at Poise Nigeria, one man business. And I saw her and I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to make you a superstar. She laughed. She was there. There was Naomi. There was like some other girls who were like, okay, aesthetically finer than her. She was carrying low cut. Go back to her first video. Right now, if you look at Alison, if you say Alison, oh, she's hot. She's the whole superstar model. Like, yeah, this is now. I'm talking where I saw her in 2018, 2019. And I said, listen, girl, I think that you have all the makings of a superstar. You will be somebody that everybody will talk about. Oh, I studied international law, international relations, blah, 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 blah. My mom, there's a job waiting for me in Benin. I have to go work for government, blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, you're just going to waste the person that you are anyway. And, she's a church girl. She's from a broken home. And the father is in Lagos. The mom is in Benin. Long story short, I took her in. We started shooting short videos. Then the mom saw it. And the mom called me, gave me stand warning and all that. And I listened, kept quiet. I was listening. Once finished, I said, one day you're going to celebrate this girl and you will not even mention my name. That's why I told her. I said, one day you're going to celebrate this girl being a media star, being a superstar, being all over the media, and you will not mention my name. Nobody would even remember whether I was part of the story. And she said, no, she should come and walk. She went to school. She went private school, so it's expensive. Long story short, fast forward a few years later, and Alison was, so as a human being, she's one of the nicest, one of the best person I've ever watched. She's so good, like, I consider her like my daughter, right? But at the same time, when it comes to work, and she was the first person that made me realize that Gen Zs, they hit differently, they think differently. And coming from where I'm coming from, I'd worked 13 years in Brilla. I didn't go to work late one day. I didn't have to say I'm tired. I didn't call in sick or anything. It was difficult to adapt to people who want to work at their own pace. People who want to, who believe that, okay, they can work maybe in the evening if they choose to. Then tomorrow, there's inconsistency to the pattern of their work. It was difficult to adapt. And, I was just starting a business. I was putting in everything that I got, and I felt that everybody should be on the same page with me. Long story short, it was time for her to, go, and then we encouraged her. First time she missed the chance to go to Big Brother, and then second time she got the chance, and then see what she is now. The point here, let me bring it to coaching, to the Roma team. There are some players that you would tell, guys, this is what is possible in your career. If you can do this, they will do it. It's like when you watch those ritual movies. Two people will go and ask for one rich man to help them with money. One will tell them that I can help you. You don't have to do this. One will say no. One will say yes. You see, the person who say yes, it's not greed, though. It's how life has squeezed him to the corner and he knows that he's desperate. He's going to make desperate decisions. The other one that said no probably have alternative, like, I can survive. One guy was asking me the other day that if YouTube fail, what happens? I said, I'll be street boy, I go survive. I'll go back to Niger Delta. Not bad as bad. I will get job for NDDC. I'm qualified. I will get some job. I'll survive. I might not be popular, but I'll still survive. I'll still take care of my children. I'll still build a house. I'll still buy good cars and all that. And it was like, wow, really? I said yes. Now that means I'm not going to be in a desperate state. The Roma players are not used to being told, even the fans are not being used to being pushed to the place where they need to win. So all of a sudden they won. They now become a winning team. And it's been so long they get there. So now the conditions are higher. Like, oh, you must win to. I want to play in the Champions League. I want you to see Champions League as your goal. Those players are not saying it like that. Like it's not a must. It's not a do or die thing. We can play, but don't make it look like every single game we have to win. Every day we have to kill ourselves. So that thing is what make them drop the ball. And because Jose Mourinho wants to let them understand that, look, it is win or nothing, it was different. Now what they have a coach who understands the team better than Jose Mourinho because he's a legend of the club, Daniele De Rossi, but also could pet you. So management style is different. But I'll choose Mourinho any day. Now, does that mean, as a lot of people think, Jose Mourinho have lost it? No. Try to understand that Jose Mourinho have created success in every categories. And when I mean every categories, Jose Mourinho have created success from a very rich team. Jose Mourinho, that's Chelsea, created success from the most star-studded team his coach, the Real Madrid. Coach created success from tired legs, old men, Inter Milan. Created success from Manchester United, the dysfunctional, discombobulated, obliterated team. And he went to Roma. Roma, come on, let's be very honest here. Who be Roma? I mean, Man United, we know. Real Madrid, we know. FC Porto, we know. Inter Milan, we know. Chelsea, we know with Roman Abramovich money. Who the hell is Roma to even play back-to-back finals of European competition, no matter how small? So I won't sit here and denigrate Jose Mourinho because of what happened in Roma. Players, again, also have this thing about them where one coach who is very, very demanding leave, and then they want to prove that the coach is not good. But they're doing it to themselves. If the players are this good in winning before, what did Mourinho do? Because if you want to say Mourinho is bad, it's that same Mourinho won them the conference league. That's the Mourinho took them to the finals of the UEFA Europa Cup. Okay, there are many other teams have gone to the finals and also lost. So you're not looking at Roma. Man United went to that finals and lost. Liverpool went to that finals and lost. Arsenal went to that finals and lost scandalously to Chelsea. So when you look carefully, you're not going to look at Roma and say Jose Mourinho didn't do well. Jose Mourinho actually put them in modern day light. They were an also run team before, and that dynamics have changed. So if you want to ask me again, what do I think of Jose Mourinho? Jose Mourinho stands tall among the all-time greatest coaches of all time. And this is adding people like Vince Lombardi. I mean, I don't consider Alex Ferguson as one of the greatest all-time coaches. I will never put him in my list as alongside Arsene Wenger. But Vince Lombardi, Carlo Ancelotti, what's it called? Marcello Lippi, Otmar Isfield, Alberto Zaccaroni, Carlos Alberto Pereira, just name them. All of these coaches, Guy Ross, all of these great coaches, you will put Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola in that regard. And even if he go coach a team and the team go on relegation, it doesn't remove anything from who Mourinho is. It's just we live in a place where, so you will do 100 good, somebody is still out there looking for just one wrong that you would do. I told one guy one day, I said, you see this thing that I've been doing for like 20 years now. August, it's going to be 20 years. And I've not had one scandal. There's going to come a day. It might happen. I don't know. Somebody will tell a story. Somebody will tell a lie. Somebody will tell a story. And you see all this multitude that are pretending like I don't exist, that they are not seeing me. All of them will come out and start saying, that's who he is. That's who he is. You know why? Because negativity give people dopamine, give people orgasm way more than positivity. So sometimes you look at Jose Mourinho. Should we even be asking this question about Jose Mourinho? Jose Mourinho not giving to us in the last, from 2002 or 2003 up until now. Jose Mourinho not giving us in 21 years, has he not giving us everything we need in coaching? Longevity, traversing different league, working with different type of players, working with different coaches, different management, and everywhere he's gone is achieved results. Apart from Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur is the only club where he didn't achieve results. And when you say he didn't achieve results, it took them to the finals of the Carabao Cup, something they are not used to, and they fired him. If they had left him, I'll bet my life that he would have won that Carabao Cup. Then he would have been the coach that have gone everywhere and won at least a trophy. Roma is worse than Tottenham Hotspur. He won them a trophy. So I don't think we should even be having this conversation about Jose Mourinho. Anything you want to talk about Jose Mourinho should have respect on it, because Mourinho have gone from being a coach to being a deity. They should pour libation on his name, like not trying to question his name or his methodology or his pattern, or as he lost it. Who lost what? Mourinho is a great coach. Oh, I beg. Yemi says, as an Arsenal fan, I know want to make them Sakamo. Olatunji say thank you. Okay, I think I've already done that one. Yemi Dynamite say, however, do you see Jose Mourinho come back at Chelsea? I think so. So I'm thinking in my head that who's the best person to come and just charge this team? Like Jose Mourinho right now would be like a defibrillator for the heart of Chelsea. Warm it up, put it there, and jumpstart the heart, to make them come back to life. Because I mean, like I said at the beginning of the season, I hate to banter Chelsea because in the last 20 years, they're one of the most successful European club alongside Bayern Munich, FC Barcelona, and Real Madrid. To just wake up and try shredding them is hard. But for them to consist, I mean, you know how long Chelsea have been in that 10th, 11th position. You just feel like they're content with being there. There is no pain of, as a coach saying, you know what, guys, we're not going to make the Champions League. We're not going there. But since there's Conference League, let's even make a push for it. Let's make a run for it. Every game they are conceding goals unnecessarily, played against, what's it called? Brentford 2-2. Played against, they're conceding goals unnecessarily. There is not a part of the team is okay. Okay, since this season now, since they have new players, they have fixed the defense. The defense is not solid. Look at Arteta. Arteta came in first season 8. He knew he had to let players go. First group of people, Ozil and co. Next set of people, Aubameyang and co. And then Guendouzi, the idiot, Torreira, all of those guys, and then some of the players that he need to send on loan, send them on loan. And then he started building this team. When he built this team, he realized that there were so many things that are wrong with the Arsenal component. The parts are not functioning well. One, Arsenal concede too many goals from dead ball. They have to take care of that one. He got a new defensive coach, and then they eliminated that one. Arsenal conceded the least number of goals 2 seasons back-to-back from dead ball situations. So that one is fixed. Again, Arsenal were wasters of their own dead ball. Corner kick, free kick around the goal area. He needed to fix that. He brought in a dead ball coach again who came in and fixed that. And Arsenal chased the title last season, but they ran out of legs. This season, again, you can see now they have the meanest defense and then the best attack, even without a clear out-and-out striker. Okay? Eddie Nketiah is still as terrible. You people said he was going to prove me wrong. Well, unfortunately, I hardly get these things wrong in football. He's not proving me wrong. Gabriel Jesus cannot stay fit to save his life. And so a team that doesn't have a striker has got 70 goals this season. Okay. They might not get to the 100-goal mark, but it's so amazing. I mean, at one point we're saying if they don't get the striker by this time, they will not even make the top 4. Some people say they will not make the top 4. They are sitting on top of the league table right now. I mean, they have to show their mettle now. From now on, their destiny is in their hand. 10 games to the end of the season. Last season, the last 10 games, Arsenal won only 4, drew 3, and lost the other ones. The season before, it was the same thing where they didn't make the top 4. They lost the 4th spot to Tottenham Hotspur. Last 10 games, they won 2, drew 3, lost the other one, lost about 5. So I hope that this time around, the last 10 games, because that is where Arteta's hoodoo is. He would overcome it, have a team that is more matured now, more experienced, more composed, know how to grind results, also know how to win lavishly. Okay, so we will see. I mean, one of the best places to do it. They beat Man City this season before at the Emirates. Can they go to the Etihad? If you really want to make a statement, this is the game where Arsenal should make a statement. Like if you beat Man City at the Etihad, where Liverpool couldn't go and win, then everybody would sit up and say, okay, let's start working hard to set up the procession. It's 20 years coming. Let's give them the procession. Let them win it. One of the things that I've said from the beginning of the season, the title is between Liverpool and Arsenal. I've said it and I keep saying it. Man City are not going to win the league. But having said that, this weekend might just change all of that prediction because Man City beat Arsenal this weekend. Oh, okay. I don't know, but I just think that there are still twists and turns that won. And I don't think Man City will win the league title. I don't think so. Even though they are looking closer, it's more favorable to them right now than any other team. The fact that they didn't lose that game to Liverpool means a whole lot, but we'll see how it goes. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how these things go. Devil Abedi Bright say, what's your take on Arsenal tonight? I think that Arsenal, first off, um, you know, when you look at Arsenal, you just ask yourself. One of the things I was asking myself is, tonight, which Arsenal will turn up? That's just the question I'm asking myself. Porto should be a team that Arsenal can beat. But again, Porto is the direct replica of Arsenal. They are a team that can play you, especially on the continent, to the depth. They can play as crazy as possible. They can play like their life depends on it. And then again, one thing that Porto have better than Arsenal is that they know how to do organized defending. They know how to double pad you. I think there's something about that Jose Mourinho spirit of 2004 is still hanging around the team. They know how to defend and check you very well. But then again, Arsenal needs to take their chances. The first leg that Arsenal lost 1-0 wasn't necessarily because Porto were too good. Arsenal did not convert their dominance into goals. If they can convert their dominance into goals like they've done in the league, then Arsenal will win. I still think that my smart is on Arsenal, just like I think that Barcelona will be too much for Napoli. But Napoli does look like a team that can cause an upset. And if Osimhen gets the chances and he takes them as he gets them, then something can happen. Yeah. Well, where did I stop? Okay, tonight, say, and the Barcelona versus Napoli, I think I've answered that one. I might say, in my own opinion, I placed Jose ahead of Pep because the fact that Jose worked with all these varied assembly of players shows how talented and intelligent Mourinho is. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. And I'm one of those persons who try to run away from the Pep versus Jose Mourinho conversation. I won't place anyone ahead of anyone. I think I'll put the two of them together at the top. One of the things that I asked somebody saying this to me one forum, and I said to him, I said, so where would you put Carlo Ancelotti? And he said he doesn't know where Carlo Ancelotti belongs because of his time at Everton. And I asked him, do you think that Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho would have won anything with Everton? And the guy quickly jumped up and said, Jose Mourinho would have won. I said, but he didn't win anything with Tottenham Hotspur. And then in our post. Fact is, sometimes you could arrive at a club just at the right time. Time. Even Bible says time and chance happen to them all. Timing is key. Jose Mourinho have arrived at certain clubs at the very perfect right time, where certain elements just work for him. That doesn't take away who he is. But I look at Pep Guardiola as well. They used to accuse him that he doesn't train players. And I look at the amount of players that he's giving opportunity to blossom. And I said to myself, there must be something. Again, what Pep Guardiola does that I love is how he's able to refresh his team every season in, season out, refresh them and keep them competing, and how he's able to take the best player this season, knock the player out, and bring in another Ogbori and turn that player into. I mean, he's been chiseling players and making them better. Grealish is rubbish by any standard. This Doku, crap. What's it called? Rico, Phil Foden, all these guys are pretty much very rich players, but it's turned them into players. People talk about them every day in the conversation like they're the greatest player. Jose Mourinho have also done that. So I think that what I'll do is it's a Mount Rushmore kind of thing. There's Jose Mourinho there, there's Pep Guardiola there, there's Carlo Ancelotti there is, all these guys. But, I read this one better than this one. I'm not going to get involved with that conversation. No. I'm going to say Jose Mourinho is more like Johnny Man coach. Olatunji Manuel say, if ETH doesn't make UCL position, do you think he will get sacked by the new owners? And if he gets sacked, who do you recommend as the suitable next coach of United? I think that whether I make the Champions League or not, he should get sacked. I think that the man doesn't know what he's doing. This team that he's got are good enough to be able to achieve something. He just doesn't know what he's doing. He gets involved in things that doesn't concern him. If you ask me to recommend a coach for Manchester United right now, just the same way strikers are no longer available in football, I think coaches also are becoming an endangered species. There are no longer too many coaches because the excitement that gets people into coaching, like, I will have full power over the team, is beginning to wane because now players, their family have a say. I mean, Ramsey was put on the bench against and Raya was picked ahead to start, and his father had the audacity to come out and speak. Who the hell are you? Your son came in and Ben Lennon was kicked out of the club. Nobody said anything because they were going to sign your son. The plan to sign your son was on the ground. That was why they didn't keep Martinez. Nobody said anything. But you come out and put your son in the bench and then you're making conversation about he's no longer smiling. He has lost his happiness. Shut up. Okay, that's one. Thiago Silva's wife will be questioning the coach decision on how to make selection. The people who have opinion on what coaches should do these days are so much. So sometimes the excitement is not there. But for Eric Ten Hag, I think that Eric Ten Hag juggles too many things. You need to know how to run a team and run it very well. I think that first, where I lost it with Eric Ten Hag was Messi Greenwood. Once he did that Messi Greenwood thing, I just know that, man, this coach, this is rubbish. This is so senseless. He not just get sense at all. So for me, I'll fire him. Whether he if like make him even win the league, make him win the cup, I'll fire him, and then I will get Zidane to come in. Not because I think that Zidane will fix Man United, but I think that Man United needs a manager that steps in through that door, and all of the players know that they are not good enough. They don't meet his standard as a player and as a manager. He's won the three Champions League. That's not by accident. Cannot be coincidence. Cannot be just a luck. And what he achieved as a football player, World Cup, Euros, everything, is also not an accident. So that guy walks in through the door. The players will spend the next 2 seasons worshiping him. And in that worship, he will be able to fold them, mold them, get them to what he wants, and then fire the ones he wants to fire. There's something that Pep Guardiola knows how to do that I love. Pep Guardiola steps into a team. He didn't do that in Bayern, but I think he did it in Barcelona and he did it at Man City. But the way he did it at Man City was even the sweetest for me. That's something that I would do. Coming through the door, and first thing, this Man City team won the league title the previous season before he came in. And first man he kicked was a goalkeeper, player of the season, the previous season, Joe Hart, kicked him out of the team. And then start kicking everybody, Julian Lescott, everybody, weeded them out of the team like somebody who's picking gray hair out of a 50-year-old man, and then picked them out and then brought his own team. And I've listened to a lot of people who played under Pep Guardiola talk about Pep Guardiola, how he builds his team. I've seen the ones who are angry. You know, when you see Samuel Eto'o and Zlatan talk, they are not questioning the man's coaching ability. They are questioning his relationship with them. My dear, a coach have no business having a relationship with you. His word is law. That's what coaching is all about. I'm not here to babysit you. I'm not here to talk to you. If I play you, I play. If I don't play you, you know you're not good for my team. And when I listen to those Zlatan complain and nagging, I'm a diehard fan of Zlatan. One of the things I tell people who, when we watch it, is, I say, guy, be objective. Are you saying you will pick Zlatan ahead of Messi? If as a coach, I have already seen the potential of Messi and I see where Messi can take me to, you're telling me that I should pick Zlatan ahead of Messi and then keep Messi angry and then he gets angry and move away from the club? Would that not be travesty? Okay, I'm not just a fan. I'm not just a coach of this team. I'm a fan. I'm a former captain of this club. This club runs in my vein. I'm going to take decisions that are good for the team. So let's keep that one aside. Let's go to Man City. When he first came in, they said he was racist. He didn't like Yaya Toure, blah 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 blah. I say, well, when Yaya Toure now left Man City, how many football did he play again? He has reached the end of the line. He's reached the end of the line. Yaya Toure is the best midfielder to play in the Premier League. No argument about it. There's nobody who's going to come and argue about it. But it has nothing to do with racism. There is a particular way a coach wants to play. Some of the best football that Yaya Toure played, he also played it under Pep Guardiola. Okay? So before people say things the way they say things and bring up all those, petty things to try to discredit somebody, you have to look at all of those elements together and put it there. So I like coaches who, when they walk in through the door, and that's what Man United needs. A coach that walks in through the door and the players go, wow. Because it is one thing to appreciate somebody from afar. It is another thing for the person to come closer and you see the person and that aura, that persona is still there. Eric Ten Hag, my problem with Eric Ten Hag is, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's a good coach, but he's not a coach that can manage such an institution. It's like taking a local government chairman and making him a president or a state governor. He will fumble because he's dealing with budget at a level that his brain cannot compute. He's dealing with numbers. He's dealing with people. He's dealing with petitions. People don't understand how many petitions a governor get to read every single day and face and all that. He's dealing with a whole lot of things that on that level is, somebody said one time that if you operate somebody with they blind, you operate them and then you regain the sight. Do not expose them to high level of light because they will get permanent blindness. Let them expose themselves to light small small. That's why they put bandage and to give you black glasses, dark glasses to wear over time, so that your eyes, your retina would get used to it. So some of these play coaches that you bring into this kind of big club, I'm not saying Ayas is not a big club, but Ayas have simmered down into an academy, a grooming club. Tonight, a club where the expectation is very high. They have deities of the class of 92 always in the media talking. They have a lot of people who are saying this or saying that. Come on. To coach that kind of a team, you need the persona that when you come in, even the class, if they don't come to Man United, all of the class of 92 cannot say anything. They would. I don't know if you watch CBS when Thierry was interviewing, what's he called? Paulo Maldini. If you see the reverence, the worship, the adoration he puts in there, because there's massive respect. Or when Thierry Henry went to go get that sit down with Pep Guardiola, you see, he still calls him coach, he still call him gaffer, he still treats him like you're my coach, like you're my superior. The reverence, put the respect to the name must be there. Because if you don't have that kind of person in this age and time where social media, everybody's opinionated, YouTubers, everybody, and then the players also have their circle of nasty friends who think that they have the right to, because the players will tell them one or two things and tell them stories that are skewed to favor their narrative, and then they go online and begin to talk shit. You don't do that with Zidane. Did you know hear Bakary Sagna that Pep Guardiola came in and he cut the Wi-Fi in the training ground and the cafeteria and then the dressing room? What does that tell you? How many coaches in world football can try that and players will not rebel? And then the way every season kicks out players. I mean, when they lost Mahrez, first off, when they lost David Silva, said, Man City will crumble. For where? Jack Cancelo, the best player the previous season, the most capped player the previous season, couldn't get the playing time, and then he was complaining, but they kicked him out. But the team is still competing. Even if they don't end up they compete and they went on to win the treble. Even if they don't win the title this season, the way they've competed this season, you've got to give respect to Pep Guardiola. So that's the kind of coach that Manchester United need right now. Having said that, we've done the 1 hour that we compulsorily need to do on the show. I need to do some running around, go find money. Right now we're broke, so we need to survive before they come here and when I start hearing online say we'll not see food shop. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's do this again tomorrow. And let's hope that I'm not sure we'll be able to go out today, to be very honest. I've got to be honest, unless something miraculously happened, but we will try. We'll try and see what happened. We'll see, expecting some payment from potential sponsors that have not put in their money. So all of my personal money that I brought in here is gone, but we will see what happens. We'll try as much as possible to raise what we can raise and then continue to give you content. But straight away, if you are on our social media handle, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Elegbeta TV Radio, you'll see some of the reports. You see Joy giving you update from the wrestling facility arena and a whole lot of others. At the time that report was being given, we've not even seen what is happening in the weightlifting side for women. But thank you very much for joining. Once again, Oganova Paco, Onyevo, I really do appreciate. Thank you. God bless you and have a wonderful day for everybody. Please don't be part of the problem, but rather part of the solution. And it is okay if you cannot be the solution. Just don't stand in the way of those who are the solution. God bless you and have a wonderful day and week ahead. Bye-bye.